So I want to share with you my new perspective about this gap, or say differently, how can we at least partially close this gap by using technology, financial technology. And in the past year, I've been researching the Fintech for aging and longevity ecosystem. And I talked with tens of startups, financial institutions, insurance companies, VCs, and others to see where we are going in longevity in terms of financial technology. Financial technology for me is combining between my background in the financial industry and my curiosity in aging and longevity. So this is my new approach to navigating transitions or navigating longevity through financial technologies. What is fintech? What is financial technology? So this is the pure definition, which defines financial technology as something that we use in order to describe new tech that seeks to improve and automate the delivery and use of financial services. That I think that in the context of aging and longevity, financial technology can help us not only in our financial health, but also as means or as tools for managing, planning, and financing a longer life. Now let's move on. Why do I think that financial technology can help us in all these things and improve our financial health? Financial technology has a universal accessibility. And as we will talk in the third session, if technology has both, we need both accessibility and use it. But I think that in the US and UK and more developed countries, there's no problem of accessibility. I mean, even people who don't have a computer in the house, they have the ability to access a computer and a bandwidth. But so of course it's not universal really, but let's say for more people or for medium and medium income people, they have universal accessibility. But financial technology, we'll be surprised, is usually more transparent than human advisory, for example. It's cheaper because there are no labor market costs. Using fintech, we feel more control on our finances. We can have an ongoing rather than a one-time relationship with our finances. And more importantly, there is a we can have a comprehensive overview on our finances. And I will give an example that PensionBee, for example, which is a company in the UK, they are the first to show us all our pension pots together in one place. And this has a lot of advantages in taking and measuring and evaluating and making decisions for the long term. Another advantage of the financial technology is that it can help us in answering many questions that are involved with our uncertainty about the future. One, how can I plan for longevity? How can I mitigate the costs of caregiving? How can I navigate changing health? How can I navigate retirement? And how can I generate more income and have control on my finances and feel safe? So taken together, fintech is, I think, very important and has a different perspective. The current approach amongst financial services and financial advisors usually is risk management, meaning insurance and usually insurance, medical insurance or long-term care, and then pensions. But I want to look at it from different perspective. As life is extended, I think the focus has to be more on life events, life transitions, and the gender gap in these transitions. And that's, it can help us to answer more questions that are relevant to our individual lives. So no more terms of risk management and pensions, but answering questions of generating more income, feeling safe, navigating retirement and changing health, and feeling more secure and less uncertainty. Another important issue with fintech is that we see more convergence between our life domains. In the past, there were like four or three major domains that were really separated one from each other. There were health, wealth, and skills. So one was our labor market participation, the other was our accumulated resources, and the other was health. But now I think that big data and AI can help us to navigate our life while taking into account all these things together, especially health and wealth. For example, there is a fintech in the States called Genevity, and they have this methodology that help financial advisors to take into account both health, but not only genetics, but also health behaviors in order to better make longevity planning or longevity decisions. Now, taken all together, I think that we have a triple identity of financial landscape. And this is something that I'm working on now in order to build for women especially a landscape where we can manage our finances through technology. So based on my research and also past research, altogether women have a triple identity of the financial landscape. One is the household finances of the current situation of the current household, meaning day-to-day, credit cards, bank accounts, mortgages, etc. Another household in this triple identity is our loved ones, because as caregivers, we have to put sometimes a lot of attention on our parents' financial issues, like multi-generational accounts or helping them with their bills, especially in cases where there is a cognitive decline. But interestingly, there is another household that we have to take care of. And this is our future household, an imaginary household that we have to think of in the present. So altogether, it's our current situation, our parents' finances, but also our finances. This is our triple identity of the financial landscape. Now, from the wealth aspect, I defined, based on almost 100 fintechs that I have in my database, aging fintechs, I think that I can categorize them in four categories, or what I call the four legs of wealth. One is protection. And these are fintechs that help us to take care of our savings, especially anti-fraud and scams. Just to remind you that older adults are very much vulnerable to scams and fraud. So this helps us, these fintechs help us, first of all, as the foundation of everything, is taking care of our wealth against fraud and scams. The second category is managing and monitoring finances, meaning, for example, um, taking care of our parents' bills. How do we make sure that our parents are paying their bills on time? Number three, or the third leg, is longevity and end life planning. And this deals with like robo-retirements and end of life planning, like digital trust and wills, but also digital vaults. And the most important category, I think, is financing longevity. And here I found many interesting solutions like reverse mortgages that will help us to finance our future. So the first four legs of wealth, together with the triple identities of our financial landscape, lead me to take everything together. Here it is. For example, if on the left side of the screen, on the upper left side, protection is the first leg of the four legs of wealth, but this helps us both to take care of our current household, which is in the blue frame, but also taking care of our, blue is our parents' finances, but also it helps us to take care of our future household, because protection is the foundation of everything to do with wealth. If I move to the right side of the screen, managing and monitoring, this helps us to take care of our parents' finances. For example, there is a fintech that offers concierge services and takes care of everything of the parents' finances, so they won't be late in paying their utilities, for example. Moving down to planning, so this has to do with our future and how we plan, not only about our future, but also about the bequest, meaning what we want to leave to our next generation. And financing longevity is both for our parents, either through mortgages or reverse mortgages or other solutions of longevity risk, but also helping ourselves in the present. So this is together taking the three legs, the triple identity of our financial landscape and the four legs of wealth all together. I think that fintech can give solution for protection, monitoring, planning, and finances, all these three households. So this is for today. Now, I will be happy if you send me email if you would like to hear more about examples of fintechs. And Laura, if you would like, we can do it now or later. Remind you the second session that will take place on February 3rd at 12 p.m. about retirement and pension. And then the third session in February 17th, also 12 p.m. about financial and digital literacy. So thank you very much. And I'm really curious to hear what are your questions, comments. I'm really happy and ready to read and hear